Russia has issued a deadly warning to Ukraine. It has threatened mass attack on Kyiv if its self-imposed ceasefire is violated on Victory Day. This comes as Ukrainian president has announced a separate ceasefire amid the strikes. Here's a detailed report.
Russia is combining long-range precision weapons and attack drones to strike Ukraine's military industrial sites and energy infrastructure. Days ahead of the Victory Day parade and announcement of its ceasefire, Russia is hammering Ukraine. In the latest assault, Russia has struck the heart of Chernihiv. Ukrainian authorities say a Russian drone has hit an administrative building and has set nearby vehicles ablaze. Moscow claims the Ukrainian army has lost over 1,200 troops in frontline battles in the last 24 hours. But Ukraine is sending out a loud message. With its increasing offensive capabilities, the Ukrainian military is carrying out precise strikes deep inside Russia. These are the images of a military facility in Cheboksary, nearly 1,500 kilometers inside Russia, engulfed in flames. In a bold admission, Zelensky confirms that Ukraine used long-range Flamingo cruise missiles to target facilities linked to Russia's drone and missile production. These facilities host components tied to Shahed and Iskander systems. This marks one of Ukraine's deepest known strikes into Russian territory, a move that signals Ukraine's growing capability to hit strategic targets far from the front line. The Ukrainian president describes the strikes as a response to ongoing Russian attacks. Zelensky warns Ukraine's long-range capabilities will continue to be used against military targets until Putin engages in real diplomacy.
Furthermore, this is Russia's war against Ukraine, and therefore America and Russia are discussing a ceasefire. What kind of ceasefire do they have? It is important that our side knows what they are agreeing on.
As the fighting rages, Kyiv declares that it will halt hostilities earlier than the truce window outlined by the Kremlin. But people in Moscow are skeptical. They are divided if there will be a real ceasefire.
It's up to our authorities to sort the security. I cannot be in constant stress. That is how I feel. I also feel that our authorities and leadership don't do enough in protecting us. There is no sense being in constant stress, because if something strikes on me, it will just strike and I can do nothing with it. But the authorities can, so I have a request for them to do it.
I think it is unlikely that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy will keep the ceasefire. Everything, drones, etc., that flew before, will fly. But we have the sense of security. I am there at frontline, and I see it myself.
The battlefield is expanding, and so are the stakes. As ceasefire calls compete with continued strikes, the path to peace remains uncertain, and the war shows no clear signs of slowing down. Bureau Report, WION World is One.